This is exactly what I needed. Just a nice night to myself where I can eat in peace, watch a little TV, and not have to worry about getting caught by my roommate. Not that there's anything wrong with having my roommate. I do feel a little bit bad for enjoying my time alone so much. I do miss having someone else around a little bit, but, well, it's definitely complicated when I can't eat around them. At least, not anything that actually tastes good. So, I guess this is okay. I mean, everyone wants to be alone every once in a while, right? So, I can just dig in and. Oh, crap. Is that the door? And when I have my blood bags just lying around everywhere. Hang on. I'm gonna need a minute or two. Hi there. Oh, hey. I didn't think you'd be coming home tonight. You mentioned you were visiting. Well, it doesn't really matter that much. Here, how about you just give me a second to clean this up and don't look too closely at what it is, and then I will head to my room and you don't have to worry about anything that I may or may not have been doing. How does that sound? Good. Good. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to, yeah. Okay, you're staring. I guess that's a little bit fair. My teeth? Oh my gosh, are my fangs out right now? Crap. Okay, I know this looks a little bit questionable, maybe more than a little bit, but I can explain. If you let me, and don't freak out or call the cops or anything. That happened to me in the 80s and it really wasn't the best time. Sorry. Not exactly a good time for that story. How about this? I don't explain anything, and you also pretend that you didn't see anything, and then we just go on with our lives and never talk about this ever again. How does that sound? It sounds good to me. Okay, alright, yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. But it was worth a shot, right? Maybe? Just a little bit? I'm hoping that this isn't like a really big problem or anything. It's just, well, a little bit awkward, I guess. In case you haven't noticed. Well, maybe considering everything. Look, I know that this looks really bad with the blood bags and the fangs and all of that, but if it's any consolation, I did steal those fair and square. And these things will probably go away in an hour or so. They just pop out when I'm eating sometimes. Sorry. That's probably not the best place to start. I should go back to the beginning, huh? I can see that you're like super confused and stuff, but there's not really an easy way to say a lot of this, so I'm just gonna kind of come right out with it, if that's okay? Okay, yeah, so I maybe a little bit might be a vampire? Okay, yeah, probably not the best way to word that. You seem to be freaking out just a little bit. I mean, I'm freaking out too, but it's okay. Right, none of this is helpful. How about this? Let's just take a minute. I know I need a few deep breaths, and it looks like you do too, so why don't we just do that together? And then maybe things will work themselves out and you'll just magically forget about all of this, okay? Alrighty then. We'll just sit in silence until we calm down then, okay? Maybe that's easier. Okay, yeah, this isn't helping. It's kind of freaking me out. Is it freaking you out? Yeah, we're both freaked out. Okay. Breathing, right? What's a good breathing technique? Are you laughing at me? I mean, no, I'm not mad, just, I don't know, I guess not exactly what I expected. I guess that's better than being freaked out, though, right? Yeah, I guess I feel a little less freaked out, too. More confused. I probably shouldn't be the confused one in this scenario, by the way. I'm pretty sure how that goes is that you're confused and scared and screaming and possibly calling the cops, and I'm, evil, maybe? Yeah, maybe I should just shut up and stop listening to my brain if that's what it's spitting out, huh? Well, Um, basically, I guess this is the part where I'm supposed to explain stuff. Um, usually it's not a thing I do. Actually, I'm not really supposed to. And I usually follow the rules, so actually, you're kind of the first person who's not a vampire who I've told. Yeah, I guess that opens up the door to the whole there's other vampires thing, but, we'll ignore that for now. Considering the circumstances, even if I'm not really supposed to talk about it, I think I kind of owe you an explanation after walking into this. And, well, I like to think that I'm pretty sneaky, but I have a feeling you might have seen some other weird behaviors. That garlic allergy I have. Fun fact, actually a little more supernatural. Sorry, I know the laughing helped. I'm still just a little bit nervous. Usually, if people do find out, it's just straight to the assumptions and all that kind of thing. At least that's what I've heard from other people's stories, anyway. I wouldn't want you to go with that, though. Usually, if people do know things about vampires, it's not nice things. Or it's too nice things, if you know what I mean. But, that's besides the point, I guess. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. The thing is, I haven't told anyone about this, which is one thing, but I also never really planned on telling anyone about it. At least, not anybody in, like, the little group that already knew. And, well, if I did think about it just a little bit for, lonely reasons, not that I did, then I was kind of expecting it to be kind of like a slow, delicate trickle, kind of cool, mysterious vampire friend situation, not, awkwardly walking in on me like that. But I guess this is what I have. It's okay. I guess we'll figure it out together, right? Yeah, deep breaths. Okay. Gosh, kind of awkward that you're more awkward about this than I am. Yeah. I guess there's not really a lot of nice ways to say it. It's like I said before, I'm just a vampire. And I know that can be kind of a loaded word, mostly because you humans get so obsessed with creatures that are different than you and all the media and stuff, but, if you just could forget about all of that for a second. Just everything, maybe. I don't sparkle in the sunlight last time I checked. But, considering you've caught me like this, I kind of owe you a bit of an explanation, so maybe if you wanted the details, I could give them to you. I know that I've been living with you for a while now. I just didn't really know how to tell you. I mean, I never really planned to. I haven't actually had a roommate before. I don't know. I don't sleep, so being up all night by myself, not always the funnest thing. But, you don't have to be worried about that. And I'm not evil or going to drink your blood or anything like that. I don't usually feed on live humans. Unless they want me to. Ah, sorry. Probably shouldn't have shared that one either. I guess probably not the right thing to mention. I could explain it to you later. Way later, maybe. It would be a funny story. Sorry. I know this is kind of scary, and me freaking out is not really helping, but it's not exactly a walk in the park for me either, so maybe just give me a little bit of grace. Well, maybe not grace exactly because of the whole damned thing, but whatever the equivalent is, I guess. Sorry. Hey, if it makes it any better, then the situation opens up a whole nother realm of your terrible puns, so there's always that. What's that? When did I become a vampire? Oh, well, I personally have been one since I was born. Though you can become one through, biting and stuff, like in the movies, but it's a lot more complicated than that, and I don't really have the time to go into it, but, well, since I've been like this all my life, I have a lot of control. More than most of the people that have been turned. Well, not people, but, Basically, just, I'm not gonna, Hulk out and go after you or anything. I can take care of my hunger in my own way. That's what the blood bags are for. Yeah, they're stolen. Not great, but, I think the people that I'm not killing to drink their blood probably appreciate it. And if you think about it, they donated that to help people, and it's helping me. That's what I tell myself. I still feel a little bad about it, but it's the best I can do, I think, given the circumstances. But, yeah. Usually I take care of that in private, so I don't scare anybody like you, and I choke down food if you happen to watch me eating. I know you're always making fun of me for not knowing how to use the kitchen, so there's the explanation for that. I don't mean to scare you with it, so I did try some stuff occasionally. Sorry about all those scorch marks on your pan. Didn't know that could get that hot. Anyway, I don't usually think that I would want to eat in front of somebody. It can get a little, I don't know, and my fangs pop out and all that stuff. What's that? Oh, you want to see my fangs? I mean, they're not really anything that special to me. Honestly, I kind of don't like them. I think they're kind of ugly looking, I guess. Sorry, I've kind of been trying to keep my lip over them this whole conversation, just thinking about it and stuff. But yeah, this is them. Yee. Ta-da. I know that they're a little bit pointed, more than usual, but when I'm feeding or whatever, they kind of pop out. I'm kind of surprised you're not scared of them. I guess I always thought that if someone did find out, it would kind of be screaming and all that stuff. So I guess I'm kind of glad that you're calm, even though I'm not. There is some precedent to be afraid of vampires, I guess. The blood bags thing is a little bit of standard practice for most people. Though, I guess it makes sense to me why it would weird you out a little bit. I think that vampires that actually bite people, without asking first or that kind of thing, are kind of looked down upon. Honestly, feeding on someone like that just sounds gross to me. But I guess it's neither here nor there. You don't need to know a whole bunch of vampire politics right now. It doesn't really matter. I guess the long and short of it is, yes, I am a vampire, but it doesn't really affect my daily life that much. I can go out in the sun and all that stuff. And, well, maybe I don't sleep, but, considering how bad your sleep schedule is, I can't imagine that you see that as a negative. There's a few other things that don't really matter, but as far as us living together, I think that should still be fine. I mean, obviously I'd understand if you wanted a new roommate, but I know there's definitely some people out there that would not want to live with a vampire, and I know that you humans have decided that we're monsters, or whatever, which can be a loaded word. I guess this isn't really relevant. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you want a different roommate or want to work something out where I get out of here or whatever, I guess I understand. But if you didn't need that, and you would be cool with still having me here, then I think we could make this work. I mean, we've been living together for this long already, and you haven't really even noticed, to be honest, so really nothing would change that much. I usually keep my blood bags and stuff in a mini fridge. I have it hidden under my bed, so you wouldn't even have to see it, just like before. And we could always pretend this didn't happen, too, explanations aside. It was just kind of poor timing, I guess, that you walked in. Usually I'm too scared to take them anywhere outside of my room, but I kind of wanted to just chill and watch TV, and then you came back, so sorry about that. But, basically, I guess it's just up to you now, whether or not you, are okay with me staying. Oh, you do think it's okay? That's really great. I'm glad. Well, not glad, but, well, I appreciate it. You didn't really have to do that for me. I know it can be kind of complicated with crazy stuff like this. And you can always ask more questions, since now I guess you know things. But, thank you, I guess. And we don't have to bring this up again if you really don't want to. But if you're ever curious, and I do feel like I kind of owe you one now that you've seen everything, then you can ask whatever questions you want. So, in the meantime, I do kind of want to finish my meal. So, if you don't want to see, you might want to go in the other room. Yeah, that's what I thought. Don't worry though. I'll clean up after myself. And who knows? Maybe we can talk a little bit more about different feeding stuff in the morning.